thank you for coming out. My name is Fletcher Mackel. I'm a local sports anchor here in New Orleans. And let me say this. It's a great honor for me to be here because normally I cover the Saints and LSU and the Hornets, but today this is truly a unique opportunity for me, Mr. CM Punk. We have a lot of questions to get to, and we want to field all of your questions. So we have some from the web that I'm going to ask first, and then we'll get right to your questions, because again, we want to get to as many as possible. So CM, can I just ask away?
Go. Yeah, I want to try to make sure I get to everybody, and I am on a stupid time constraint. I have a flight in a couple hours, so I just want to make sure everybody's happy. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Brendan McNeil says, what was working with Dean Ambrose like in the NXT, FCW at the time, developmental territory? What are some other developmental wrestlers, male or female, you're excited about?
Dean is special. I say that, and I mean it actually both ways. I think he's a little touched up here, but I think you have to be to do what we do. I hate saying that anybody is the next CM Punk. I don't wish that upon anybody, but I think if anybody was, it's this guy. He's got it. There's something about him. He can talk, he can work. I'm fortunate that I got a chance to work with him. I actually got in trouble for wrestling him. I wasn't supposed to. I went down to FCW to do an autograph signing. And it was just an opportunity, and when opportunity strikes, I always take a hold of it. So I was like, no, I'm gonna work like I'm some old timer. I was like, no, I'm gonna work the kid. Yeah. it was fun, and you know, and now we got him on television, so I can't wait.
Without further ado, we're going to get to the rest of the web questions in a second, but the people that sent the web questions weren't good enough to be here like you all, so maybe in an orderly manner.
What a great idea.
Right, un-wrestling style, please don't go knocking each other over. How about we start lining up at the podium for anyone that has a question, and we'll get to the web questions after.
This guy was right there.
Look at this.
Shoot.
Yeah, go ahead, just start, yeah.
What was your favorite match in Ring of Honor? What one sticks in your head all the time?
I don't know if I have a favorite match. A couple people already asked me that today. I've had too many to be able to pick like a favorite. The Joe stuff, yeah. I loved working with Jimmy Rave because that stuff was just different at the time. I like working with people that other people don't see anything in, you know what I mean? And pulling the best out of them. I think I'm good at that. I love the Austin Aries match where I won the title for obvious reasons. Because I like when I get to mess with people. It's fun.
Also, too, if you can say your name and where you're from, that would be tremendous as well. So
I don't care where they're from.
Just your name.
How did it feel to be on Chris Hardwick's Talking Dead?
It was awesome. It was the most fun I've had in quite some time, and it was sort of pulling teeth getting on there, but I did it.
How do you feel about the mid-season finale coming up?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I may know a few things already, but I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. Oh no! I can't. I know you do.
Can you tell us about the rumors of you going against Undertaker at WrestleMania 29?
I don't know. Rumors are rumors right now. I think they would like to assume that they know what's going to happen, you know, on Raw on Monday, but they don't.
Hey, I'm Jonathan. Do you think that the PG era is ending now that Lynn McMahon lost for the millionth time?
Nope. It's quite a stretch. 1 million times. She ran twice. You know? 2, 1 million. You know. No, I think the PG era, as people are affectionately referring to, I really don't think it had anything to do with her. It's more with the demographic and, you know, sponsorships, honestly.
Thank you.
No problem.
My name is Sean, and myself and a friend, and I'm sure there's other people here, we want to know, would you induct us into the Straight Edge Society?
I got a plane to catch. I don't got the time. Something tells me you probably don't want your head shaved.
Throughout your entire wrestling tenure, what is the craziest crowd you've ever had to contend with or wrestle in front of?
It varies, you know, there's crazy good, there's crazy bad. There's been some situations where I felt like my back was up against the wall and, you know, there's been a couple of riots. You know, so, I mean, crazy is just like a good crazy. I don't think you can really beat like Chicago, New York, Boston. You know, those are the wrestling crowds. Those people, they turn out and they go crazy. Not to say that New Orleans isn't a bad crowd. New Orleans is more old school, though. You know, I'm more likely to get spit on, which actually happened to me last night in Asheville, North Carolina. This lady spit right on my face. That means I'm good at my job. That's all I know. She was thrown out, by the way.
What's your favorite submission maneuver? Like, even though I'm not a wrestler, I always had a thing for the armbar, so I want to know what's your favorite submission?
I fancy a good side choke. Just because I'm good at them.
This is about your Pepsi tattoo that you have on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Was that an inspired decision to get it, or a spur of the moment, I like Pepsi decision?
No, it has everything to do with me being straight edge.
Hi, my name is Tabor. What's the weirdest match you've ever been in?
On the Indies, I think this was in like 2001 or 2002, I wrestled somebody in a casket match. And it wasn't The Undertaker, so it didn't make any sense. It was just on a show at the end of October, near Halloween, obviously, and it wasn't even like I was wrestling like some phony Undertaker. It was just me and a guy wrestling in a casket match.
Hi, my name is Richard.
Hello.
And I was just wondering if you ever gonna wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin?
When Steven comes and signs autograph for all you guys and does a Q&A, you should ask him, because it's the same thing I say about Dwayne. I'm here 24/7. This isn't a rehash of last year when John Cena was telling Dwayne that, you know, oh hey, you said you weren't going to leave. I don't care what he says. I just care what he does when he comes back. You know, and there's Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays. There's not just a Raw here and there and a Royal Rumble and a WrestleMania. There's you know, there's SmackDowns and there's main events and there's superstars and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So. If Steven's up for it, I would love to. WrestleMania 30 is right around the corner. Yeah. Obviously, the Roman numeral for that is XXX. That sounds too good to be true, but you know, cross your fingers.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What year did you...
Careful.
What year did you start your WWE career?
I was signed in 2005, and what felt like 12 years down in developmental was really just one, surprisingly enough, and I debuted in 2006.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. It feels like a lifetime ago.
Hey, I'm Matt.
Hi.
Of the three part-timers, Rock, and Taker, who would you most prefer to wrestle at Mania if it was one of the three part-timers?
Probably Taker. Just to experience the whole streak thing. Although I have reservations about it. There's a big part of me that really, a big part of me that's not intrigued by it simply because who's going to beat the streak? To me, it's a foregone conclusion. Really? Do you think? No, seriously. Do you think the majority? Because I think I'm pretty in tune with what fans want to see and how they feel about certain things, and like I really don't know if there's anybody. The belief is suspended enough for anybody to get in there against him and figure that the outcome's not predetermined. You know, it'd be tricky. It'd be a challenge.
Thank you.
Yep.
got a question actually. Was
Well, I
asked
hope
to
so.
me
That's-
it was presented to me by another celebrity. And if you don't mind if I record this actual answer.
Who's the celebrity?
Jason David Frank wants to know if you'd ever take him on one-on-one.
I just saw him. I just saw him. He came over and he's very happy that a lot of people are Facebook hits or something like that. He was very elated that there's many people joining his Facebook because people want to see me and him fight for some reason.
Well, there is a mock-up of y'all for WrestleMania 29, which we know is
Yeah,
not
I saw it. I mean, you know, that stuff, when fans do stuff like that, that's cool. I love the creativity. Sure, why not?
No offense, but you're my favorite, and you ain't gonna take them.
All right.
Just saying. But I appreciate
All right, was he, which Power Ranger was he?
that was the Green Ranger player, but you don't
What's up? I'm Cody.
Hello.
My question to you is, what exactly went into the creation and the perfection of the Anaconda Vice?
Well, earlier I said I like side chokes. It's a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu move. It's like a neck crank. There's a lot of things that go into it, and there's a wrestler in Japan named Tenzan, who, there you go. No, not Lord Tenzan. And he used the move. And in Ring of Honor, I actually used it as like a side choke. But that's because I didn't want anybody else to kind of kidnap it, and because I knew I wanted to use it when I got here.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Caleb. I have kind of a quick question. You are the best in the world, and I'm sure a lot of people here will agree, and you have said that you want to go down as one of the best ever, if not the best ever. But say 10, 15 years down the road, should there be a guy to surpass that, would you have an idea of who that guy might be?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, Dean Ambrose has got a shot at it. I think Seth Rollins has got a shot at it. The whole best in the world thing is completely subjective. It was, it encapsulated everything like about how I felt in the WWE at the time. I never meant to put it on a t-shirt. It was pretty much just my middle finger as I was leaving the company. There wasn't a single person in the company that could have touched me, and that's cocky, and maybe some people think that's shitty, but that's how I felt. And they slapped it on a t-shirt, and it became the hottest selling t-shirt since that Stone Cold shirt, And my long-term plan for it was to eventually make it so obnoxious that people hated me, because nobody wants to hear that ad nauseum, Like at first, and I think I've done my job. At first, everyone was like, "Yeah, this guy's right," but I knew all along that I was going to get those people to be like, "Dude, shut up." And that's where we're at right now. It's been fun telling this story.
I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hannah. My mom, Loretta, is a huge fan, but she couldn't be here today. So she wanted me to ask you if you actually follow the script, or are all of your remarks just genuine?
Well, they're really, they give you bullet points, they write a bunch of stuff that they probably want you to say, and as long as you're getting, like I have a job to do, like, I'll be wrestling Ryback in a TLC match, so my job is to talk about that and get you guys to buy the pay-per-view. So if I go out there and I do that, it doesn't matter what they wrote on a piece of paper, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what a lot of people, they don't realize. They're handed stuff and they memorize it, and then it's just like, and now you got 3-hour shows, and there's people who, trust me, they hand me stuff. If I'm in like a segment 1 promo, they hand me stuff 5 minutes before I go out there, and I just laugh at them because I don't even look at it. There's no point. You're just gonna stress yourself out. But then there's people who be in the corner like, I gotta get all this before I go out there. But that's not. It's live TV, and that's not the purpose. I don't want to watch anybody memorize anything, and it'd be like going to like a book recital. It's weird.
Thanks.
I don't know if I answered your question. I'm sorry.
How you doing, man? My name's Matt. I know you reference Paul Heyman a lot as one of your influences. Do you think you would be as big in WWE if you are, as you are today, if Paul Heyman didn't exist? And if not, was there anywhere else in the world you'd like to wrestle?
No, I probably wouldn't have made it to television. You know, I don't know if anybody saw my DVD. How I got away with making that DVD, I don't know. That's all. I mean, that's all 100% true. You know, I was not supposed to make it on television. There was memos, there was emails. Do not send CM Punk to, you know, because anytime they were around the OVW area, like Cincinnati and stuff, a bunch of people would just drive up, you know, and I was told I was not allowed to go. So without Paul, no, I never would have made it to television, you know. But that's all I needed was an opportunity. I got on TV. I just worked hard. Here I am, and I don't know if I'd want to wrestle anywhere else. You know, once you're here.
Pimp.
What?
It's the pimp.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
What's up?
You mentioned in your DVD and you tweeted a couple days ago about your Cubs hat. And the scene that made me want to ask you, how many have you actually had?
I want to say this is number 5, but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
What is it? Ooh. White Sox fans?
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm from Pennsylvania. Really glad to be here. I was going to ask you something like about profound advice, but if you had to sing karaoke tonight, what song would you sing? You have to.
My go-to karaoke song is always Just a Gigolo.
John, my question is, what's the hardest match that you've ever been in?
TLC matches are no fun. You know, they hurt, they suck.
If you didn't face Ryback at TLC, who would you want to face?
Well, originally, before John got hurt, we'll peek behind the curtain here. He stays in the room. Before John got hurt, we had to throw Ryback in the Hell in the Cell main event. There was an original idea to do Team Punk and Team Cena, and what I wanted to do was, because TLC, for all intents and purposes, business-wise, is kind of a throwaway. Everyone's waiting for the Rumble. So I wanted to kind of do something exciting, and Survivor Series either have, you know, elevate somebody, or Kofi or Daniel Bryan pins me. You know, pinning the champ should be a big deal, and then we have our little mini, a couple, you know, 3-4 weeks to go to TLC and do a TLC with either Kofi or Daniel Bryan. But obviously plans always change, but you know, if we ever get that DeLorean, we can go back in time to see what happens.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The DeLorean is downstairs, by the way.
You remember my dad? We arrested the Miz at Hell in the Cell in 2011.
That was your dad?
Yeah.
He needs to arrest the Miz again. Thank you. I don't think anybody deserves to be the next champion. You know, least of all Ryback.
My name is Madeline, and I was just wondering, what wrestler did you want to be when you were younger?
Well, I suppose I thought I was Roddy Piper for a couple of years. Thank you.
My name's Sean. I just have a question for you. Do you think independent wrestling in the North is much different from down here in the South?
Yeah. I think anything in general. I think wrestling up north is different than the South. It's different than Japanese wrestling. There's a different style, you know.
Thank you.
Lewis, I was wondering, since You've been champion for 377 days. How does it feel that you beat title reign?
I think it's pretty cool, but it's also kind of humbling, you know. I don't know if anybody's ever going to beat my reign, you know, but it's cool to see that list, you know. It's like San Martino, Backlund, I think Pedro Morales, Hulk Hogan, and then, I mean, gosh, I think it's going to be me next, which is, it's pretty weird, unless I forgot somebody, I don't know. But that's crazy, you know, and then you got Cena, and then Savage, and it's wild. It's pretty remarkable.
Hi, my name is Dana. I was wondering, what is your biggest regret?
I don't have any.
Everybody has.
That's personal and professional. Not a...
Hi, I'm Travis. I was wondering why you were wearing the Cubs hat when the White Sox are clearly the superior team.
Where are you from?
I'm from Baton Rouge, but I'm
You're from Baton Rouge. How's the Baton Rouge baseball team doing?
The LSU Tigers have won a few national championships.
If you wanted to be funny, you should have said better than the Cubs.
Theo, how you doing? I'm Carlos.
I was wondering, those times where you held the championship and you still didn't get the main event at the pay-per-view, did those ever really aggravate you, those times?
I think everything aggravates me. Nothing, you know.
Because it would aggravate me and my friends, like, you know, it's like, where's CM Punk? It was always John Cena in the main event and never.
I'm never satisfied, so, you know, it's one of those, it's one of those things. I think I could always do better. I think I could always achieve more. I always want more. It's a horrible, horrible habit.
Thank you.
Just talk loud, it'll be all good.
What relationship do you have with the Shield?
I don't have one. Yeah. I promise.
How hard is it to have your title for a year?
It's pretty hard, actually. I think I was beat up when I was legit leaving before the Money in the Bank and all that stuff. You know, I needed a break, and then obviously I didn't get that. So imagine how I feel now.
Thank you.
If you wouldn't be doing what you're doing today, what would you want to do?
God, I have no idea.
And also, do you have a zombie survival plan?
I don't got like a kit tucked away or anything like that, but I think I'm pretty much a sociopath, so I think I'd be okay.
And just to settle the dispute, who is your favorite Power Ranger?
I don't have one. I never watched Power Rangers. I'm 34 years old.
That's your favorite superhero, or at least Avenger.
No, I stole this shirt from my friend.
Well, then what is it?
What is my favorite superhero? Batman. Yeah, probably Batman.
I'm Tim, and I was wondering, what would you do if Jeff Hardy came back and challenged you to a cage match?
His deal's supposedly up in January, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Welcome to Jeff back with open arms.
What's your opinion on the tag team division?
I think it could use some more tag teams. You know, I'm a fan of tag team wrestling when it's good, you know, and unfortunately, it's kind of, you know.
I just don't think it's as competitive.
No, I mean, it's definitely not as competitive. You know, you look like back in the day, you know, like, but everything, you know, once again, everything, you can look back at everything with rose-tinted glasses. Everything when I was a kid was way cooler than it is now, you know. Demolition, Powers of Pain, Killer Bees, the British Bulldogs, Heart Combination, Busters, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I look at stuff now and I'm just like, eh. But that's because when I, you know, like when I was your age, everything blew my mind, you know.
And if you were to come back, would you consider or be in a tag team with Colt Cabana?
No, I cannot stand. Well, I mean, if it helped Cabana, yes, but I hate tagging. I hate being in a tag. I hate tag matches. I'm such a control freak, it just pisses me off.
I remember following you when you were on LiveJournal. Remember back that far?
I barely remember like yesterday.
I just remember your avatar was Duke from X-Force.
Yeah.
That was great. But anyway, I remember you telling one particular story about an awful night with Teddy Hart in a cage match. So my question is, what's the worst experience you ever had having to work with somebody?
You know, I think I've been fortunate, unless of course I just kind of black those memories out. I don't know.
You can make something out.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, well I got a better question. If you were in the old school ECW, and I know you feuded with Raven, who would you want to feud with during that era? At any point in ECW's original?
I think I could have feuded with anybody. You know, I think the stuff I was doing in, like, especially in like 98, 99, the straight edge stuff, when I was doing that like in Milwaukee and everything, was just, it was crazy. You had to be there to experience it. It was, I mean, it was violent. I was getting into fights like every weekend, which is not, it's not good. It's not good. But, you know, so that, I mean, that character could have feuded with anybody. It could have been Van Damme, it could have been Sandman, it could have been Raven. That's the beauty of that character.
Thanks.
Hey, man. I got a question. It's a two-part, real quick. First part, what happened to Foley in the main event of the last pay-per-view? Was he supposed to be the enforcer or something?
Well, I think everything changed once they put Ryback in the Hell in the Cell thing. I think everything kind of changed. Why we dedicated an entire TV show to making teams that you know that didn't happen. I don't know, but
Didn't he come out and say he was going to be like, even after they changed the teams, didn't he say like, oh, I'm going to be a special guest enforcer or something?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Because they just like totally dropped that.
It happens. I don't pay. I can't watch the shows, you know. So I don't even know if they said that or that, you know, why that happened.
All right, and the second part's more of a statement. Watch Wildcat Sports on YouTube.
Hello, my name is Devin, and I, like that before me, also have a two-part question. First off, bad luck happens in the business. Sometimes someone just doesn't get over at the right time. Is there anyone you feel never got as big as they should have in wrestling?
There's tons of guys that
Daniel
as
Bryan.
big as they probably should have. He's still got time. He'll get there. I'm trying to. I know there's better examples out there. The biggest one to me is Brad Armstrong.
Yeah.
Brad Armstrong. And it's funny too, because a lot of times the people who are really, really good, you know, there's people that really don't like it. You know, there's tons of people that think I'm a complete jerk. And they're right, but nobody's ever said a bad thing about Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong was a nice guy. Everybody liked him. Everybody liked to work him because he made you look like $1 million. So it's, you know, he just slipped through the cracks.
And second question, completely unrelated, but somebody has to ask it. Would you rather be a pony, a Pegasus, or a unicorn?
I think there was a news report today that the North Koreans said they found an actual unicorn, just so you know. Did they? On Twitter, in North Korea put out a report saying they found a unicorn, which I'm sure is total BS, but I was scrolling through Twitter beforehand. You want to just pass on that one?
It's on Twitter, it has to be true.
Unicorn, it's in the news today.
Unicorn.
My question is to you as a, my name is Russell. My question is to you as a wrestling fan.
If you could go back to any WrestleMania and sit in the front row as a fan, which one would it be?
That's a good question.
Maybe WrestleMania 13 because it was in Chicago, which is my favorite building, and Hart and Steve Austin. You know?
You can tell me my outfit like
Hitman, trust me, I'm a big Hitman fan.
Hey Punk, I'm Nicole. I was running late today, so I didn't get to get your autograph and everything, but I was wondering if I could give you a kiss and a hug.
How about I just sign this and give it to you? Anybody have a Sharpie?
Oh, there you go. Got multiple colors.
Orange. Aren't you glad I didn't?
How about a nice handshake?
Whatever happened to that?
Very G-rated. Handshake and an autograph. There you go.
Hi, Paul. My name is Lydia.
Hello.
I got a question for you.
No hugs.
No, no. No, I'm not like AJ Lee. Wait
What are you saying?
I'm saying that this supposed to be for wrestling or whatever. Why does Cena and AJ Lee gotta be hugging all up in the ring or whatever?
I don't know. I would never do that on TV.
I'm saying because first she was with you and Kane, like she was trying to get with you, but I know you played her, but that was good. And now it's her and Cena. That's kind of crazy. So, what you think? AJ's a good kisser or what?
I don't recall.
Good question.
Haley, you gotta speak up.
She wants to say best in the world.
Yes.
She wants to say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. He'll give you a hug if you say best in the world. That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uh-oh, you were already up once, round two?
Yep.
Okay. It's double dipping here, I guess that's okay.
I love it, it's fine.
Just honestly, do you feel Ryback deserves to be where he's at right now with the push he's gotten? And are you happy working with him at the next pay-per-view, TLC? Because I'm not.
Okay, we'll do this. Let's have a discussion. If not him, who? This is the problem we have. My company can only do one thing at a time. You know what I mean? And it's murdered us. We have no stars. Honestly, I don't know if I consider myself a superstar or whatever. You know what I mean? An opportunity. You know, that's what happens when people get hurt. It's the only time that we ever elevate anybody. Somebody goes down and it's just, oh crap, what are we gonna do? And you're absolutely forced to use who's ever's there at the time, and that person sinks or swims. You know.
And it was only because, I mean, he got his build-up facing jobbers from all over the world. He might have beat Miz twice, and then all of a sudden he's in the main event facing you.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's the business we're in. Like I said, if not him, who?
All right, I do appreciate it.
No problem.
We got to get to the rest of these questions because we have only about 5 minutes left. So let's try to keep them quick, if at all possible, so we can make sure we get the last 6 of you all through.
My name is Paul. You said who your inspirations were and who you wanted to be. Who do you think is the most overrated, or who did you not want to be like? Between us
and the dozen iPhones filming.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I would watch everything that was wrestling, and the only guy that ever got me to change the channel was Lex Luger.
My name is Andrew.
if you beat The Rock at the Royal Rumble, who would you want to face at Elimination Chamber?
Here.
Oh yeah, the pay-per-view's here, huh? Well, you know, he just kind of waltzed in and got a title shot in the first place. Maybe I'll just give old Dewey a rematch.
Thank you. I think your second appearance too, right? No? Is this your first appearance? Second appearance? All right.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
First question, if it wasn't for the referee at Hell in a Cell, do you think Ryback would be the WWE champion?
No. Because I was actually thinking, like, man, I'm just going to hit this guy in the nuts. And then somebody else did. I was just like, sad. Should have done that sooner.
If you could face one person that The Undertaker has beaten at WrestleMania, who would it be?
King Kong Bundy.
Sometimes do you get nervous before a match?
No, I don't get nervous anymore, which is kind of sad. But no, it's what I do, you know. No, I don't get nervous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For 15 years, I refereed and ring-outs for Walter Killer Kowalski. And,
oh, excellent.
Yeah, and some of the fondest memories that I have of working in business was writing in the van to and from the shows and listening to his rather unusual opinions about
Those are the best
politics
times,
and
yeah.
spirituality. Given the intense political involvement of the McMahon family, how does that impact you guys? I mean, could you show up wearing an Obama button, for instance? Another question is...
Well, you apparently haven't heard the story of when Obama won his first term. I wore my Obama shirt 14 days in a row on the overseas tour, which is another thing that nobody else could have gotten away with. It was just, you know, everyone's looking at me like, oh, this
That
guy.
is my question. My other question is, are you familiar with the play, The Elaborate Entrance of Chad Davey?
I've heard of this, yes.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
I've yet to check it out, but I've heard of it. Thank you.
Thanks.
My name's John. Just want to know, will we ever see CM Punk ice cream bowl?
If I make them myself, yeah.
First one in.
Awesome, thank you.
My name is James Cody. I don't have a question, but I just wanted to offer my thanks for being a positive role model for young people.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. No pressure, last one. We're all counting on you.
If you were in charge of the WWE, you know, what would be the first things you would do to help the company grow and improve the product?
Oh God, I don't know. You know, I think the art of knowing how to book, how to do things correctly, how to run a company or a territory is a complete lost art. I'm fortunate enough to, I don't know, be obsessive enough about wrestling that I study things, and I've gotten to work with, you know, Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman, and you know, it's like when I see Bill Watts backstage, I sit down and I bother the hell out of him and I ask him all kinds of questions. You know, I don't know, I just think, like I referenced it earlier, we tend to just do one thing at a time. Like, you know, this is our guy, you know, what about him? I would just ask questions about, well, what about this guy, and what about this guy, and what about this guy? I think there's logical ways to do things. So I don't know, I guess I would just put my spin on things. You know?
Thanks.
No problem.
Does anybody else have any questions? Well, where's that from? Oh, hello. And you've got all kinds of CM Punk stuff. Look at that, yeah.
Who would you want to retire you when that time comes?
Dean Ambrose.
When are we going to see Chris Hero?
I thank him every day.
Yeah, would you rather face Kevin Steen or Bobby Roode?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I don't. I know Steen personally. I don't even know if I've ever met Bobby Roode. I don't know, that'd be fun. I think me and Bobby Roode would be pretty good. Contrary to popular belief, I do occasionally get to watch TNA, and it's mostly on fast forward, but Bobby Roode is one of the guys that, you know, he's solid guy, you know, yeah, it would be fun.
I know that we're running out of time, so we can't take any more questions here. Do you want to tell us where you're headed to next? And just general thoughts on New Orleans, because a lot of us obviously are from here, are from the South Louisiana area.
I love New Orleans. You know, I wish I could stay. I wish I could hang out. Every time I'm here, I normally run. Yeah, I love cemetery. I'm a weirdo. I love cemeteries and everything. So obviously, this is a pretty cool place. But getting to run around the city.